Okay, the mission you're about to see is another night strike on Dumayr airfield that was tasked by our DCS Liberation campaign that we're flying. Now it's another night flight. We're hitting this airfield, Dumayr. We're taking off from Kalkala. And our plan of action is that we would take off from the airfield, orbit the pattern until we got organized, and then we would fly essentially northeast, taking very careful. We set D1 on our A4 as Dumayr, so when we were about 11 miles out, we should be catching this east-west road going. We picked it as a perpendicular linear navigation point to know that wherever we hit it, if we hit it here or we hit it here, we would essentially turn right and head, a little bit more northeast. And then our second leg should take us to right around here, again using about 11 nautical miles. Actually, let me see what it is actually. It's about 11 nautical miles to the target. And then we know we would turn north and follow this road north. This is all at night. And we had our magnetic heading set. And once we were, just before we got to this ridge, we would turn on the target. We should be able to see it. And then we would hit the target and then egress back to Kalakal. That was our plan. We had 5 A4s for this mission, and then there was one abort at the last minute. So it was just 4 of us that did the mission. Okay, so one problem that we have that plagues us a lot is missing checklist items. Of course, we don't really have a checklist. I've rectified that now by making a checklist, but at first glance, the A4 is pretty easy to start and get set up, but any little minor thing that you miss can cause a problem later on down the road. So we're going to see that happening here in a moment. Now I'm over here doing my bomb setup checklist, and I realize now that I have my AWRS quantity selector set to off. I'm switching over to bombs right now, and I missed this one thing. Setting armed, nose, and tail. The station selected, but the lower left-hand corner where it says AWRS remains off. And what ends up happening is when I go to drop bombs later, only one bomb is released because of that. So it's hard to see, but we have another problem at the back of the pack where one of our guys did not take off his ground power unit, and luckily number 4 caught it and told him, so this kind of got him dicked up. We got it fixed, but the other issue we're going to have is we're all taking off on runway 6, which points right towards another airfield a few miles away on the other end of in the direction we're on. It's going to mess us up a little bit, I think, when it comes to our reform and rejoin. For these night takeoffs, we have the lead leaves his light on, and the rest of the guys turn their lights off. So this way it doesn't create a lot of glare and whatnot. And here we go, we're getting ready for takeoff. The way it works is number 2 counts to 3. Number 3 started rolling right away for some reason. He's all messed up. Number 4 counts to 3. Here's number 3. He's getting off the runway. That's where he got into problems.
Ah, fucking hell! I crashed.
He falls into a ditch. Quite nicely, I have to add, his cogs. He's managed to stick with his lead with he's managed to stick with Magic the entire time and always keeps eyes on him. We had a breaking contact between 1 and 2, so that slows us down, and obviously 4 crashed on takeoff, which is going to mean that he has to replane, and unfortunately where he replanes is that field way over there on the other side. That's like Kalakal. So we spend about a couple of minutes trying to figure out why we can't see Kurt, when it turns out he's at the next airfield over. It eventually dawns on us, but some time is wasted here.
140.
So let's see. Hold on. Do some math. We're on the a right pattern for 06. So I'm trying to focus on flying here. Once you calculate the math on like what pattern you need to do to join up with us. See, Kurt's down here, taking off from Kalakal. We're all up here, looking for him. He's looking for us down there. We're looking for him up there. Now, the problem that Magic is having, it has to do with his where he's set up. The sun is coming in, and it really gets it makes it hard for him to be able to see here at night. There's glare on his screen, so he's having a hard time, even with the lights that we opted to leave on, to pick out where everybody is. It's a little challenging. A lot going on here. It's at night. We're trying to form up. There's a lot of damn lights all over the place. One thing we talked about afterwards is that we need to pick a rally point out there in the desert where it's dark out, and we ought to be able to have a better chance of finding everybody.
I'm about the 5th fire in from the right.
At this point, I finally find, the three of us get hooked up, and there I shall remain, latched on to cogs for the rest of the flight. So, at this point, we decide to push on to the target, and Kurt's gonna join us and trail. He won't see us for a while until we get away from all these lights. But off we go. Great unknown. Now that we're heading off into the great unknown, it's kind of easier to see where everybody is. I'm flying off Cogs's wing, and Bob's up ahead.
On your DME,
Roger.
you're going to turn, basically start arcing to the north, keeping at around 10 to 11 on the DME.
Gotcha.
Until it goes to 245, the needle, and you turn in like at about 242, turn in to roll on a 245 heading.
Roger.
All right, we're there now.
I'm laughing because our difficult join up will be more than offset by flying a Dme Arc to the target.
Exactly.
We're going to fly a Dme Arc around the target. We've got the waypoint D1 set for the target, so we know that probably, I think it's 11 to 12 miles out is where the target is. So when we get to 12 miles out, we're going to turn right and follow our heading, and we're going to follow around in a circle, always keeping the distance of the airfield to our left at about 11 or 12 miles until we come around to the IP, and then we'll know we're ready to turn into the target. So this is a standard like instrument pilot technique. It's called the DME Arc DS distance measuring equipment.
Yep, I keep saying I'm going to descend, and then I put the VSI peg to the top.
You've got the whole rest of your life to descend.
Exactly.
You're much harder to see in the clag, though.
Okay.
I gotta tell you, it's making me nervous getting down here to follow you.
Yeah. I got down to
Lost.
200 feet. That's probably low enough.
Yep.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, I get the big bright red light in my face.
Yep.
Alright, so now we are going to start turning towards the target because we're at 10 or 11. You can see Bob turning. Ahead of us is the ridge we're using as our sort of right-hand handrail. So we're actually having to make a pretty sharp turn here to get ourselves onto the attack course.
I'm just passing it to CT10. If that's any.
No.
We're on the route now.
Yep.
You have to do your own flying.
Yep.
Navigating, I mean.
We're going a
gotcha.
little long. We need to turn hard now.
Okay. Following. Is this that ridge?
Yeah.
Alright. Nice.
Otherwise known as the backstop. Is that the runway out there at our 11 o'clock?
I don't Yeah,
That
there it
long
is.
Probably.
Right thing?
Yeah, that's it.
Don't
All
forget.
right, I hate to do this,
Yep.
but I'm looking down the
Fence in.
fence in.
Lining up.
I'm out altitude.
Going full power.
Full power.
All right. Thought I saw a smudge out ahead of me, like flag.
Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Okay, I've got runway in sight.
Excellent. Whoa.
Oh my god. That was with a pullback too.
I've released. I don't know if I hit anything.
Fuck, a lot of my bomb. Only one bomb drop, even though I'm on.
It was a good lineup too. Oh, we got them sleeping.
I think that's Damascus, maybe?
Yeah.
All misses. How close are you?
Right over.
Right
and
now? Okay.
Dropping. No explosions on me.
Good hits.
Nice.
Right
Turning
in the
south.
middle.
Yeah. Turning south.
Well, I dropped everything. I landed clean, so.
That's good.
Of course, I landed at that other airfield. I saw another one of our aircraft going in to land. I'm like, oh, that must be it. So I just landed there. At Dme or whatever it is.
Oh, there's no F-11 view, is there? I was going to do BDA run. Oh well.
Oh, just fly out there again in your RA4 to do
Yes.
Okay, I'm down. Shoosh.
Yeah, the flares for join up. Good lesson learned for next time.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I
and
forgot about that.
And have me lead because I can't see anything anyway.
The lead is blind.
Well, I think that also the pattern altitude is 1,000, so everybody got up to like a lot higher, and that was one issue. We forgot that. Like Kalalakal is like got another airport right off the 06 runway,
Yep.
so that causes problems. And then one runway is so that was difficult.
Okay, so
Ultimately, we did. Todd is right. We should have taken the fuel tanks anyway, just for this kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's
Okay.
true.
So
yeah, I don't
pull
know
up-
what I landed with. Kind of,
Pull up the F-10 map. All right.
Yeah.
So by Kalakala, where it says where it's labeled, that's the one that we initially took off from.
We took off from
There's ano-
Kalakala. There's another runway, but it's not. There's another airfield, but it's not on the map for some reason.
Yes. And I never saw you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see where this other airfield is. Someday we got to get like somebody who's just dicking around, go to Syria, take off from here, find out where that is, and get an exact.
Yeah.
Because it's within visual range. But it's not
Yeah,
on the
no,
map.
we were at the same airport a number of times because we just didn't see each other.
Do you
Yeah,
think?
that
Do you think it's like Marj Ruhaya? How far is that from here? Let me see.
5 or 6 miles is where it,
Yeah,
Marj
that's got to be it. Well, it says 11 mile. That seems kind of far, but I don't know. We got on the way. The Dme Arc was very nicely done, I have to say.
Yep.
Everything worked out once we left this nightmare of like where we all are. And I'm thinking that like because we dicked around for 15 minutes at the airport, all the enemy aircraft
we're away.
had left. They got away and went on the mission, so it kept us out of trouble there.
Yep.
But the Dme Arc worked really nicely, as far as
Yep.
I could tell. Put us
Yeah,
right
it
on lined up
started-
on the target.
Yeah, I started the turn in a little late, but
But that worked. I thought it worked pretty well.
And then
Yeah.
I only released 2 bombs on the first pass. I realized my switches were, my thing was, when I clicked it, it had not gone all the way. So that I did do an orbit.
Oh, gotcha.
And,
Okay.
and came back around with Kurt,
All right.
dropped. I saw some of Todd's bombs hit the runway. There was some went to the left of it and some went on it. I think some of mine hit. And Kurt's, his first pass, something switch ollie didn't work. He came
Yes.
back around, and then he put most of his bombs on the target. I saw one flash up around where the release was, but the rest of them looked like they're on the target. And then I followed Kurt on the way back. We just got a little separated, but at that point it was right when it's time to go into the pattern. So